I had to mute. Good morning. Good morning.
And finally, new rule, nothing with crypto in the title ever turns out good.
Don't write me about Bitcoin, please. I don't give a f***. Don't ask me.
Bitcoin happens to use a lot of energy. It happens to promote anonymous transactions.
Bitcoin is not a currency.
Not bullish on Bitcoin.
You, John McAfee, believe in the power of Bitcoin. So much so that you'll put your on the table, chop it up, put it in your mouth, swallow.
If it doesn't reach at least $1 million.
99.999% of the people that own Bitcoin are f***ing morons. That's just it.
What's it feel like to be a Bitcoin?
I don't have any Bitcoin.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Had to unmute us there. This is our first morning with this this new software. But good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Friday to everybody out there, and hope everybody's comfortable in their short shorts this morning, and having a good time, sipping some of your preferred drink, as they say. And this is the GM show, just in case you're wondering what the heck's going on here. Who are these two doofuses? This is the GM show where we talk crypto, headlines, banter, technical analysis. We do it all under one roof, and every morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. And that's it. So we're gonna jump into some headlines now, I think. How's that feel to you, Maddie?
It feels good, man.
Feels
really good.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's try this. Okay, so crypto app downloads spike 280% following the Super Bowl ads. So we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Mathieu talked about the Super Bowl bounce, and I think this correlates with that. It sounds like Coinbase downloads increased by 309% week over week after the ad showing, and increased 286% the following day, according to data from something. Coinbase wasn't the only app, though. 3 of the top 5 applications that saw a substantial increase in downloads were crypto apps, eToro, FTX. So all seeing increases in downloads.
Yeah, I believe it.
So,
it's
crypto's going mainstream.
Yeah, man.
Whether we like it or not.
Yeah, I mean, even your mom has it, so everyone has it. I can't do mom jokes because your mom watches the show.
Shiba Inu.
Fine, move on.
Shiba Inu is outperforming the majority of the crypto market, as much as I hate to see it. What would have been nice is like if my Cardano was at $3, but instead Shiba is skyrocketing nonstop, and I am FOMOing. Yes, look at that cute little Shiba Inu. But Shiba has been doing pretty good lately, and I saw also that Shiba, I mean, if you look at the side of this u.today, whatever that website is, you can look at the popular articles here, and it's like Shiba is 2 of the popular articles going on here. And so Shiba has a lot of transactions going through there, it sounds like. And they also were added to this Revolut Bank, which I know is a very popular bank and banking app in Europe. And it sounds like Shiba Inu Revolut added Shiba Inu to its banking app too. So Shiba is here. It seems it is trying to solidify its place as a permanent fixture in the space. And I respect it. I still think it's well, I'll just keep my comments to myself. But I respect
yeah, you're gonna have this shit Shiba army after you, dude.
Yeah. I love SHIB. I love SHIB. I
Respect
love
the SHIB.
China. I love yes. So that's our morning. Every morning we sing our song. We're like, we love Shiba Inu.
Yeah.
And President Xi.
I guess is that is a Chinese based coin?
No, not at all. I'm
I was
just
gonna say,
shoving that in there.
I was like, I don't think that,
shoving that in there. But speaking of politics, there's lots of rumors I saw floating around yesterday about the Biden administration putting in place an executive order for cryptocurrency I guess oversight. It sounds like that it's going to mandate several government agencies to study cryptocurrencies. So it's kind of a weird executive order.
It's a plan. He's trying to make a plan to make a plan. This is what it sounds like.
Yes, it's like, okay, this is an order to start researching.
Yeah, to figure out.
I ordered you to research.
Yeah, come up with some ideas here.
Yeah, so the agencies will have 3 to 6 months to produce a regulatory report for the White House. And the administration will reportedly use the input to direct its regulatory approach.
Who's running the show on that stuff? We gotta grease some palms,
for sure. Yeah,
that's how business is done.
I hope there are some crypto lobbyists out there working.
Yeah, I saw Andrew Yang starting a Web3 lobby. So
okay,
lobbying
that's cool.
So,
that's cool.
Yeah,
I mean, we need Elon, and we need Vitalik, and we need Charles Hoskinson.
We all know how this works, right? We just pay off the regulators, and then we get however
it's whoever bribes them the hardest. Oh man, our channel is going down. There's going to be one of those little fact checks below it about how democracy works. Oh,
it's whoever you pay to play. You know what I mean? That's how capitalism and all that works, man.
Well, in its current,
it's the system. It's the way it is. It's not like it's not like I agree with it or anything. It's not like how I think it should.
No,
work.
We love it. We love it.
That's how
we love it. We love the system. We love the way the system's put together. We want centralization, more centralization. You concentrate the power into just the top.
I love it.
It helps.
I love it though. We're like, oh yeah, we're a show about DeFi, and we're just gonna sit here and talk to you about how.
And our morning song is all about centralization.
Centralize it, yeah.
The morning centralization song.
Yeah, we're just gonna change our show to GM centralized finance.
I think that's just old finance, right? Old Finn or something. Boy. Okay, so let's get off of that whole thing, and let's go on to lighter news. We always got to talk about what celebrities are making what NFT collections, because somebody cares out there. And Snoop Dogg's latest NFT collection might raise more than $125 million. So it's kind of like what we were talking about with Steve Aoki yesterday, where Steve Aoki is talking about making more money off NFTs than his own records. And
No.
I could see that being the case for Snoop Dogg too, if this NFT collection is successful. So, and it's perfect. He
yeah.
capitalizes off of the moment. You know, he was in the Super Bowl halftime show, so now he's like, I am experiencing a resurgence in my popularity. I should capitalize off of it, and I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
Yeah, and Snoop has been in
yeah, he's been a
crypto space for a while,
yeah,
and
exactly.
you know, it's
10,000 have been sold already. Wow.
Yeah. See, and I think it's you know, if you have the following, right, you build, you know, you have influence, you have followers, you know,
and of course it's what is this, the
capitalize on
Gala
it.
Music
Own
Network?
it.
What's the Gala Music Network? Is that like an open sea for NFTs, music NFTs? Is that
He's
kind of
starting, yeah, no, it's like he's starting like a music NFT like agency.
Jeez, dude, I you know, maybe I've been just sleeping or something, but I didn't know that Snoop Dogg acquired Death Row Records. And he said he's going to turn it into an NFT label less than a week after acquiring it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's got plans.
Wow. Well, you know, we knew, you and I have been talking about NFTs and music for a long time. So since we were children, we talked about NFTs and music, and we knew this was coming.
Children. Yep.
So you know, this is just kind of finally, it's starting to hit the mainstream. We're starting to peek into the mainstream, what it's like to be part of a fad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about some other things. Let's talk about the government some more, because we like to do that. The FBI, because we love it. The FBI is doubling down on crypto crimes with a new division for blockchain-based crimes. So we are so lucky to now have the 3-letter agencies now scrutinizing everything going on in the blockchain much more. I think that's going to be good too.
Well, you know, they're just going.
But I mean, it makes sense. I mean,
going after the scammers.
The blockchain is full of scams.
Yeah,
it's full of
scams.
You know, I mean, the opponents of the blockchain always talk about how it's a haven for criminals and mischievous activity. And while that's we don't like to admit that is true. I mean, there's plenty of bullshnikes going on the blockchain every day.
But that's just like the internet itself too. It's like there's a ton of like shiesty stuff on the internet itself. It's, you know, every new vehicle of innovation, it has its bad players and its good players, and
it's just a microcosm of the internet. It's like a metaphor for the internet.
It's just, yeah, I mean, you're gonna have, you know, I don't know, you're gonna have people that are gonna be doing you know, sketchy stuff on it. Like that's how it is, the internet. You know, it's not like we're banning the internet because
sketchy,
you know, there's the dark web, or what people say or something like that. You know, it's just like, come on, let's you know,
we must ban pencils because somebody wrote a bad word while using one.
Well, you ban the book, Freeman. You don't ban the pencil. I mean, we all, right? Come on.
Well, what if it's not a book? What if it's just a what if it's a little yellow? What if it's a yellow sticky note that I wrote the F word on and then put in your office on your desk to intimidate you? Should we ban the pencil or the sticky note or the desk or you?
Nothing. Well, you broke into my office, so that would be kind of fucked up. So that would be where the, you know, you'd be like, probably breaking some sort of law or something, right? So,
for sure, yeah. But
I don't know.
The pencil?
Anyways, moving on.
I think we need to focus on the pencil. What about that damn pencil? We need to get rid of those pencils.
Yeah, it's kind of
shizzle up. Yeah. Circle USDC, also known as USDC. Circle is outpacing Tether these days, apparently.
I had no idea.
It is the second largest stable coin, and it is gunning for the title of the world's top stablecoin as it closes in on Tether's market capitalization after doubling its valuation to $9 billion in a revised merger deal.
Is it more, because I know Tether has like a lot of, it's been getting some bad press, right? Because they don't have like supposedly all the US dollar to back it up. Kind of
Hey, bro.
Well, my question is does the USD, like the circles,
so that's a great
better off
question.
or any better?
I think that's a good question, because if it
hey,
is,
I would move over
definitely
to
think
it
that,
if it's more secure. You know what I mean? Like,
well, if there's actually the cash to back it or the money to back it, yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be nice if it wasn't just a giant bubble.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I'd move out of the giant bubble I'm in to a not so bad bubble if I had the choice. Yes.
Yeah,
I agree. So that makes USDC's market cap is right about 52.6 billion over the past 30 days, while Tether has remained nearly still at over 78 billion, according to CoinGecko. So, but over the last 3 months, USDC's market cap has outpaced that of Tether, because it grew 52%, while Tether only grew 6%. So if USDC keeps growing at such a rate, but I don't know if it will, because it sounds like it was because of that merger deal. So it'll probably slow down again, and we'll see. But I'm glad that there's competition even in the stable coins, and I think that's great. Let's have the best stable coin we can have.
I'm anxious. I'll do some more research on it, because I don't really know much about Circle and the USD, right? Because I've always kind of just used Tether and USDT,
Yeah.
But then I've always kind of thought of, I'm like, oh man, get like all this. You read about it and you're like, it does kind of sound sketch, but you're also in crypto, so you're just kind of used to always shit sounding sketchy.
Are we crypto proponents or opponents?
Oh, dude.
I don't know. Spot the difference.
Huge fan.
Huge fan. That's the thing. We're like, yeah, you're gonna get rugged. Would recommend 10 out of 10.
But so what? Like, that's
got rugged. Would recommend 10 out of 10.
You're gonna get rugged. Well, yeah, I mean, like, you're gonna get rugged. You're gonna get wrecked. You take risks, and there is a lot more risk in crypto. That's it. But there's also a lot more reward. So it's just
extreme sports.
Like, get it. Yeah. Like, everyone's like, oh, this is a Ponzi scheme, and it's like, well, yeah. Like, what did you think it was? Like, play the game. Don't sit there and get all butthurt because you bought into a shit coin because some influencer taught you, and then all of a sudden it's down to zero. It's like, just be smart, use smart risk management, and just understand that it's like, when you're in this environment, you can lose, and that's okay as long as you have good risk management. If you're going in with large amounts of percentage of your portfolio or something, like, then that's really risky. But if you use good risk management, you're gonna hedge your bets.
You're right. It's all based on the amount of risk you expose yourself to in crypto space. And the more risk you expose yourself to, the more fun you have. Not financial advice.
I mean, like, yesterday
personal motto
was the biggest liquidation. There's more. I can't remember the number, but yeah, I mean, there was billions liquidated yesterday, right? It was the biggest liquidation, and the most liquidations in a single day since like the crash in January, like the one drop off in January. So it's just like it's yeah, I don't know. It's gonna happen, when you're playing with futures, when you're playing with leverage, when you're buying shit coins that
even NFTs too. Yeah, I mean,
NFTs.
So
oh my gosh! Like,
are not going to go anywhere.
That's
and so you better be having fun.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, you better be having Yeah, you do it because, the NFTs, the majority of them are all going to zero. Like that's just a
Okay, we're
fact.
dropping too
The
much
major-
truth today on this podcast.
We're
We're gonna need to
well, that's what we do
move
here.
on.
That's
We're
what we
done.
do
Actually,
here.
the show's over today, guys.
We're not even
It's
going to
a
go to
short
the
show. It's a short show. Friday
depressing
short show.
charts. We're done. We're done.
We're going to the bar.
We hope no one's logging, and we're done.
Let's go to the charts, though. We are due for a weather report, and
right,
things are looking cray out there. So we are going to switch over to Matthew's delicious
I want to have
screen here.
unlike
Screen.
crazy markets and stuff. I want a green screen of like I'm in a hurricane or something, and it's just like all stormy and it's all like I'm like.
You can do that in
crazy day.
You should put like a tropical background or something, or a hurricane background.
Well, next weather report, everyone.
We'll close your alerts.
All right. So
close your alerts, please. Now that I'm on screen, this is going to make things real fun during the weather reports. Maybe I should kick myself off.
Shut it. All right.
Oh gosh. Jeez. Oh yes, sir.
Shut it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So yesterday, right? So since it broke up Bitcoin, right? We're on Bitcoin 4 hour. Since Bitcoin rose and it busted through this heavy support and through the trend line here. What was that? The 4th, right? Ever since then, I was like, all right, it's going to come back down and challenge the 50 EMA. It's going to come back down and challenge the trend line. It's going to come down, right? I know it's going to come down. It's got to. I also thought it was going to come down. I had to come down because let's go check out the liquidations. Look at when it came up here, right? Look at all these liquidations, guys. So I knew it would have come down. I just
gobble.
And yesterday, it happened. Yesterday, it finally happened. So here, that's yesterday. So here's the trend line. Challenged it, bust through it. Now we're trying to break this range. Right now we're in this range. While you were going over your article, this was like dumping, right? And I was like, oh man, what's going on here? It's definitely dumping. And then it immediately shot right back up. All right. So let me get back to this in a second. Let's look at the kimono waiver here in the 4 hour. All right. So I'm not really going to be looking for any longs until I get a confirmation that the momentum that we got like an oversold signal and confirmation that the momentum is moving upward. Now we see signs that it is. All right. Let's kind of make this a little bigger. We have VWAP pointing up, and we have the money flow pointing up. We also have, momentum pointing up. Like things are starting to look up. Okay.
Or at least kind of bottoming, at least.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know. Like
it's a temporary. It's at the very least, it's some kind of bottoming, it seems like.
It's in a range, right? It's at this range right now, and it's, it tapped this fib line just a second ago. I was thinking, okay, it's going to probably want to definitely tap the fib here at like 39, and I think it could go down. So there's a couple levels below that it still can go down to. Right? Like so it could still come down to the low ADR, which is 38,790 about. All right, and if you see, it is right here, the last. It's the next, essentially the next resistance, right? So I would actually expect it to wick down here, guys. Like why not? So it could totally wick down here before it pops up. Other than that, we're looking at, it could go down to like 38, 37 maybe. But I really expect it, right? You expect it to hold on the supports from over here, some of the highs of the previous lows, and then bounce right back up. So, and the 4 hour is showing, right, more momentum up. All right. And now let's go back to the liquidations, because I just pulled this up, had this loaded up right before we started the show. And so, I think we actually might have actually went down that wick that we saw. That I think that went down and actually took out these liquidations. Okay. Because that was at what, 39 something. So it's somewhere down here.
Jeez.
So yeah. So
what's left? What's left?
Exactly. What's left down here? And if you look here, we have right now, this is Binance.
Jeez.
Bitcoin on Binance, we have over $19 billion in short liquidations. 19 billion right now. 19 billion sitting right here. So
yeah. Yum.
It's so if you look
That's
up
a
here,
feast, bro.
yeah, we have a lot of short liquidations up here. All right. And this is where, so a lot of people are like, oh, Bitcoin should be this price, Bitcoin should be that price, Bitcoin should be this price. It doesn't matter. Like, the market makers don't give two shits what the price is. They care where the liquidations are. They care where the liquidity is, right? Because this is a futures market now. This isn't just, oh, I'm buying, holding, and if everyone did it, the price would stay the same. No, this is a futures market. All these are leverages. People, right? These are 100x, up to 100x leverage, right? You can't do that kind of crap in forex, right? So this is a whole new ball game, everyone. All right. So, anyway. So I'm like, that statement isn't necessarily true, but let's just keep moving on. I mean, you see these larger circles, 250 million liquidation point right here. And if you just think, oh man, that just took one day to drop like that, it could totally take another day just to pop right back up here and take up these liquidations. The longer it stays down here, so like, one thing the market makers might want to do is hang out down here to build up more shorts. Okay. Because trading is right. It's all about just trapping traders. It's trying to trap people and then move the price. Okay. So they're going to want to get as many shorts in as possible before they really start moving the market back up and taking those liquidations. So I don't know, I have no idea when they'll start moving it up. They might move it back down a little bit more, like I was saying. I don't know. But we know it's likely, right? Because of these liquidations, they're going to move it up at some point here in the somewhat near future. You also have these large vector candles here. These, right, when the price comes down like this and you have these vector candles, these red vector candles, this is the market maker going long, okay? And this is the weird psychological thing traders need to really get their head around here, is that when the price is dumping like this a lot of times like, oh, this is a seller's market, right? Everyone's selling. Well, actually, this is a buyer's market, because this is the market maker going long. They're buying up here. Okay. They buy in the lows and then they'll sell up at the highs. All right. So this is not, so right here, you expect the price to come up here. And when it comes up here, likely take it quickly, right? There wasn't a lot of candles in this area. It went pretty quick. So yeah, I expect once we do start moving up, it would probably go pretty quick, just because it's kind of a void, if you could kind of imagine it like that. Because yeah, this is the market maker going long, guys. When it goes green, they're going short, right? Green. Get everyone else is buying, retail's buying, right? When it's green, you think, oh, that's a buyer's market. Everyone's buying, and it's not. It's a seller's market, because if people are buying, someone has to be selling that. Right? If you're longing, someone's shorting. That's how it works. So, that's the market maker saying, hey, you know what? Everyone's buying. we're selling, we're shorting, right? Gets up here, they dump it, right? They get those liquidations. So right now it's all about it's always about trapping traders, okay? So right now you got a lot of shorts trapped in this. A lot of shorts from this fall dump yesterday. We just saw right on the high block on the high block map. Tons of liquidations up here. So not so much down here. I did see on Kingfisher, so my map doesn't go this low, but there are liquidations all the way down here, guys. So that's something to be worried about, right? There's further stuff down here. So these are longs, right? They're all long and down here that still could be liquefied. They could still come down here. Liquefied. I love that. When you're liquidated, you're liquefied. So it you come down. It could come down here. It's just when you see, I mean, there's out of all the liquidations right here, there's like more liquidations, right? There's just more capital up here. So I could, right? I would imagine they would go for the easier, closer, big money, right? Because if I was seeing it right, if I remember, there was hundreds of millions down here, and we got billions, like billions up here. So just think about that. How the market,
it's certainly something to consider. Yeah,
just it's not. You have no idea. There's always
you still need other factors.
Come down. Yeah, exactly. There's right. They have reasons to bring it down. Still, it's not like there's no reason why they would just pop it right back up. Right? You just got to watch out for these kind of things and keep it in the back of your head. But I mean, so this could be right the bottom here of this little dump and pop up. Right? So this is what I'm thinking. What could be happening here? Right? And this would actually kind of be out of this big range here, right? So it could just be in a pretty decent range in between these fib levels, right? These fib levels right here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and at the beginning of the year, I was like, there's a good chance that we're going to be seeing a lot of this nonsense. Lots of ranges. So, I mean, if this stays blue, what are we on 4 hour? Okay, so if this stays blue, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It depends. I want to see when this zone in 50 minutes. I really want to see how this candle prints, right? Because this could be since New York just opened, it's interesting how New York opened, it dumped and popped right back up. Now we're getting quite a bit of momentum. That could just be, getting some longs, right? And then because if they get some longs here, if they can just like convince enough people that, oh hey, we're rebounding here, we're gonna take it. If they get enough longs, those liquidation points are then set just like right down here, guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just gives them a better reason to come down and take those liquidation points. So, I mean, you gotta just understand, it's a game of chasing liquidity here, all right? Because they can come up, take some liquidations. Oh wow, juicy liquidations down here. Everyone's already kind of scared of the market and the news of possible wars and all this stuff, and then boom, take it out. So it's just it's chasing liquidity. So I mean, know that don't just sit there and FOMO and think, and understand that this could just be a pump up to some resistance, and then want to just come back down and take out those longs that it built, right? Get those liquidate those longs pretty quickly. So anyways, watch out for that, right? The levels you can come down to, I kind of went over that, but yeah, if you go back and check out your resistances here, I mean, that's all you got to do. I mean, those are your levels. I mean, right now it's really trying to hold, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with Bitcoin. All other altcoins are doing pretty interesting here. So AVAX, let's check it out. So this is where it's like the altcoins are respecting levels a little bit better than Bitcoin. I'm not huge. Like if you look AVAX, like Bitcoin, right? It broke through its trend line. AVAX hasn't. Avalanche hasn't. It popped up, hit the trend line, popped up, came down, hasn't quite hit it. So this is where you're like, okay, it could probably come back. It could probably come down more. However, it did just hit the 200 EMA. It could be bouncing off of that. We're on 4 hour. See, we still have a green money flow. So green money flow, right? The thicker it is, the more, yeah, sure, money's being pumped in there, right? And here it's coming down. VWAP's starting to move up. The wave doesn't really look like it's starting to turn necessarily. So definitely could be more room for AVAX to come down to maybe like here about 81 potentially. And then maybe we see a reversal. Not sure. But I mean, yeah, you gotta like how this is what they'd say. I hate using bullish and bearish, but this is more of a, an uptrend, I'd say, right? You had 300 above the 200 or the 50 EMA above the 200, respecting the trend line. So AVAX looking going as planned, right? This is kind of expected, made a higher high. Now we just want to see a higher low and then another higher high, So let's see what happens with AVAX. It could also kind of just form a range in this area too. That's total possibility with AVAX over here. Let's check out. Oh, we just did Bitcoin. We don't want to do Bitcoin again. We're done with you. All right, let's do.
That's what I was going to say.
Ethereum. So ETH, my homeboy ETH. Oh man. So it broke this trend. Well, let's get all this stuff. Let's just clear. Get rid of that. You can see this, right? It was doing this trend here, right? It broke down below, okay? Settled into this little range down here and then popped right back up. It didn't get a higher high, right? Remember that this pump here, AVAX had that higher high. ETH does not. 50 EMA crossed below the 200, crosses above the 200, and yesterday crossed below it again. All right, so now it's like, okay, are we downtrending? Are we just doing this little range thing again and gonna pop back up? Could be it would go down lower. Look, okay, it broke this range, it's support, guys. It just broke the support, wick down here. Now that could be it, but a lot of times when it has these giant wicks, it likes to fill it. It likes to come down and fill that price. There's a lot of empty orders here. Okay, so ETH. I mean, it's you would really want it to really hold here and not really break that support here at like what 27. Let's do a nice round number, 28,000. Right, you want it to hold 28,000. So just keep an eye on that. Kimono Wave says, VWAP pointing up.
2,800, by the way.
What was that?
2,800. That's
Did I say 28,000?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oops.
Everyone knows what you meant.
Yeah, 2,800. VWAP pointing up, money flow going down. Yeah, so watch out for ETH. Like I said, it could be just hitting this level and bottom out and then start bouncing up. It could go lower, guys. Could come right down here. Imagine the 2,600. So Watch the charts. Be worried because with this lower, I don't like the lower highs. You know, you want to see if you're like, oh, I want to be bullish and it's going to go back towards the all-time high. Well, you really want to see more momentum going on, you know. But it'd be interesting to see what the liquidations are on ETH, right? Because see, these are going to behave differently based on where the liquidity is a lot of the time. Okay. So keep that in mind. But ETH also has a lot of competition now with a lot of other altcoins out there that people are favoring, right? Like Matic. Matic here is kind of like doing the same thing as ETH, really. What? See how it just didn't get that higher high? Not quite, very kind of similar to ETH chart, I would say. This again, right? It's kind of hitting the support. That's pretty strong, you'd think. So same kind of deal with the K wave too here, right? So could be seeing it bottoming out, but at the same time, would not surprise me at all if it went down lower. Would not surprise me. What else? Anything else? You talked about SHIB. Let's check out SHIB.
Check it out.
All right, SHIB.
Whoa.
Shibby. Shibby's looking a lot more like AVAX, isn't it? I mean, it didn't get the high, but it's really just stuck in a range. It didn't get to that like super dumpage that looked like on the other token like ETH and Bitcoin, right? I mean, look, it came down, but it didn't like break that.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't as affected. Yeah, and it does seem to be 50, really trying to hold that support. Yeah.
50 EMA above the 200. So you're still thinking uptrend. It's basically straight right now. So you got interest. I mean, SHIB. I mean, could be holding its ground.
You got what's the money flow looks very thinly red, so it's barely red. The VWAP is straight across. The red wave is open, but you could start to see that close. And even though the money flow is in the red, it's not deep. It ain't deep in the red.
It's pretty, but it is like it's not like pointing down.
No, so certainly not. There's nothing. Growing. Yeah, it's not growing, and it's I don't know. So it's kind of it's at a holding or a interesting place, I should say.
I'll have a video here soon on how the K wave here works, the kimono wave, and
and you'll be able to access that.
Yes,
very very soon. Very soon. We have
super powerful indicator.
Coming, things are coming along.
All right. Yes. Cool. What else should I go over? Anything else?
I think that's probably perfect.
All right. Cool.
I think
so. Perfect. Over the weekend. I mean, it's Friday. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. What should we expect? What do you think? The market. I mean, it's hard because every asset does different things slightly. So
we could. I mean, I could see just range where everything is right now.
Go up.
Personally, I don't have any positions, and I'm not planning any positions until I rate the 4 hour. I start to see the momentum start to shift, and because we've all kind of hit like key bottom levels that I'm like, okay, it's just if it's gonna come down more, some tokens might not drop more, so I'm just kind of waiting to see when the momentum starts to shift. It could be over the weekend. Totally could.
Yeah.
Or it could just kind of chill out in this range. So I would expect, to find the bottom today and then kind of either range or start moving back up over the weekend. Just so the market makers can then just take it right back down on Monday, and liquidate all the weekend traders. That's how it works.
You're not much of a weekend trader.
Are you? Get them up there and trap them. I just take profits. You have to just take profits.
I just take profits.
You don't know.
I'm not any kind of trader. I'm just to take profits kind of trader.
Exactly. You take profits. You don't sit there and
Always take
hope,
profits.
wish, or think. You just react to the market and you take your profits. You don't sit there and get mad that Bitcoin isn't at you swore you did all this TA and whatnot and think it's gonna be up at 45,000 and it gets to 42 and then you start flipping your shit and
The TA was good.
Yeah, doesn't matter how good your TA
Is this a
you can know
personal story?
I mean, if you're trading, like
Yeah,
everyone's been there.
exactly.
It's
true.
Everyone pays their tuition in the market. You know what I mean?
Yes, you must pay the toll for being a crypto trader.
Yeah. So it's So if the market gives you profits, you take it because your liquidation point, right, is it wants to be taken by the market makers. All right, they want you liquidated.
They want your money.
Just keep that in your mind, right? You have to play smart. Don't over leverage. Don't over risk it, and you'll live to be able to trade another day.
That is the goal. The goal is to eke out a little profit and live to trade another day. Those are the goals.
Consistent.
Well, what I will hope though for is I will hope that someone one day watches our streams and hits the like button and subscribes and comes back
subscribe
every
subscribe and
weekday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern to watch the GM show. It is the best way to start your morning. Science says it, studies show it, and we know it. So we will see you guys Monday. Will be the next show. And until then, I hope you have a great weekend and goodbye.
Good morning.
Good morning. Goodbye.